6 ways to make killer scripts.
Like, that shit's annoying. You might be wondering how scripting day went. This is how it went. Like 7 p.m., self-loathe. My schedule wouldn't allow me to take that out of there, okay? Here we can see this triangle, scripting, filming, and editing. This is like the holy trinity of creation, okay? I'm drawing blanks here. It's as if I'm having a stroke right now, okay? It's as if. That might be the easy route, okay? Clearly there was a delay because now it is 8 p.m. and I haven't technically written anything. So I started kind of pulling some ideas out of my mind about obsession, extreme close-up, breaking the mold. And my first instinct was to kind of, talk about the mold of perfectionism, especially on social media. Me, one of my characters being like, everything has to be perfect. And then it's like my other character is like, but you're not perfect. It's gonna be like, what are you talking about? This is how I'm imagining it. Okay, this is how I'm imagining it. I don't know if this is like, okay, I don't know, but this is what I've imagined. And it's like this close-up shot, right? Of like the makeup and how, cause like makeup in real life, you could make it look really like shitty, really close up. You can see like all the fine lines because we're human beings. Okay. I have these two characters, like me and Infinity, Xfinity, Jesus. Me and Infinity. Infinity's kind of like the, she's not a bitch, she's just a realist. I think like the best way to get better at anything is to literally just try. When you're scripting, you're trying to not sound like you're reading a script. You learn and you get better with practice. Like this isn't like a skill that people are born with. Scripting, editing, and filming, like if you're just focusing on, I don't know, filming, then like the rest of your content won't really come together right. This is like the holy trinity, because even if you can get like some really good shots, if you don't know how to, I don't know, script a story around those shots, or if you don't know how to edit them together to make them like make sense into a story, then all those cool shots like don't really matter because it doesn't make like a full picture, right? Same thing with scripting. Like there's so many people online that they're really good at scripting, but it just ends up being like too delivered and like commercial and like, like they're reading a script. It comes off too scripty.
6 ways to make killer scripts.
If that makes sense. The scripting method that I use, I do it because I like that it's like bullet points. So I can literally just talk. Okay. Like for example, I know that we all have like written essays. The standard essay where there's an introduction, there's 3 pieces for the body, 3 paragraphs for the body, and then there's a conclusion. So essentially like when you're scripting, that's like the base of any sort of script. It's like in the introduction, you're gonna say like quickly what the 3 bullet points that you're gonna talk about, basically how you did in those introductions of those essays. And then the middle part of your script is gonna be going like into more detail about the bullet points in each paragraph. But it's like kind of like deciding, how do I want to convey this message? How do I get them to keep reading the message? How do I get them to keep listening to the message? In a way that works for me. Because when you're scripting, you're trying to not sound like you're reading a script. You want it to sound like it's natural, like your natural speaking voice. I was just watching some video about this, and some guy mentioned basically what I'm saying, just, talking and writing down in your speaking voice instead of like writing in like a commercial, like everything super proper voice. Because if you look at my videos, my better videos in my opinion, they're not entirely scripted. I'm still talking like myself, and for me it works. And not only does it work, sometimes for like the viewer, but it works for me as in like terms of like creating more content. If I keep like trying to shove myself into some box that does not feel comfortable for me, you guys will feel it, I will feel it, I will stop creating, and then it's just like a dead end fucking road. That's why you don't want to script like that. You want to find like your own voice. A lot of the time when you are first trying to make content online, you don't have a voice because you've never used your voice, likely. Some people, they get online and they do have a better voice because they've done like public speaking, or they've done like, big Zoom calls or something like that. Maybe they're better at speaking, but for the most part, a lot of us don't have a lot of like experience speaking in front of people. Like maybe some of our experience like stopped in school at those like presentations we did like once a year. And beyond that, like we have all just been like, bystanders and like background characters. So learning how to speak online and learning how to find your voice is super important when you are creating and when you are trying to script your own videos. For me, what has really helped is my TikTok, okay? My TikTok is not like this amazing TikTok, but my TikTok has just absolutely changed how I speak to a camera. Like, my TikTok is the reason I can get onto YouTube looking fucking crazy, okay? My TikTok is the reason I can get onto TikTok looking fucking crazy. My TikTok is the reason that I can form coherent sentences and not be like ashamed of talking to myself. Obviously, this is in my house, so it's a little bit different if you're like talking out in public, right? But talking to a camera has become so much easier than it used to be. Like, now I feel like I'm talking to a person, which is weird. But the thing is you have to do it with practice. You learn and you get better with practice. Like, this isn't like a skill that people are born with, okay? And I'm not even that good at it, I don't think. But you get better with practice. That's the only way you get better. It's gonna be awkward. You're gonna look stupid. You're gonna feel stupid. You're gonna feel cringy. But once you start talking about something you actually care about, like I do about scripting or making content, then it will be a lot easier for you. And you're not really gonna give a fuck about what people say about you, how people think that you're cringy. The cringier, the better, actually. The cringier, the fucking better. Because for one, it grabs people's attention that you are able to be authentic. And it also like brings haters in for free engagement on your videos. Like, so it's a fucking win. Realistically, it's a fucking win. Need some water. So those are my tips on becoming a better speaker and being a better scripter. They kind of go hand in hand, because if you're trying to write better scripts for yourself, it's important to be a better speaker and understand how you speak. It's a different story if you are like writing, I don't know, a script for a short film. But if you're gonna be in it, just some things to keep in mind. But at the end of the day, scripts really are just 3 paragraph essays, or it's 5 paragraph essays with the 3 body paragraphs in the middle. At the end of the day, that's literally every script. That's every script, ever. That's like the basis of every script. It's been a day. I like to use Milanote. I think Milanote is literally like the best fucking tool for any artist of any kind. There's just like so many ways that everyone can use it. Okay. And there's also like an app in your phone, so you can use it when you're out and about working and shooting. Like, I love this more than that other app, Notion. Notion was cool for a minute, but I just like this one. I feel like this I can be more chaotic on here. You know what I mean? Like, I can get my ideas out on here without having to be pissed off about why the hell can't I make a new fucking page, and why the hell isn't this grid lining up how it should. It's so much fucking simpler on Milanote. I swear to God, it's so much easier. I'm not fucking getting mad at technology while trying to think of ideas, because that definitely happens when you're creating anything. Just so you know, it's very normal to get mad at technology, because technology likes to piss you off at like the worst moments. If you thought that this was gonna be some like beautiful curated video, it's not. This is just me after crying and then telling myself to get the fuck up. We've had enough, right? That's why I like to talk about this stuff though, because it really just like allows me to like get out of my head and just be a creator and like at least share something that I know. You know, I know everybody doesn't know everything about making content or making videos or talking to cameras better. And yes, there's other people who have probably covered the same topics that I'm covering, but they haven't covered it the way that I'm gonna cover it. And some people might appreciate the way that I deliver my message, and some people might appreciate the way that someone else is delivering the message. It's all just like perspective. It's the same thing with any sort of art or creation. It's all about perspective. I'm just gonna keep it like 100. Do it scared, do it while you're crying, do it while you're mad. You just gotta keep doing it. There's the message of the day. Well, yeah. Keep creating. Keep coming back to my vlogs. You can watch me fall apart on the internet, or you can watch me fall together. I'll take the latter. Okay.